Speaking of extensions, and another team that's been making big moves this offseason, Kansas City signed Bobby Witt Jr. to a $288.7 million extension. Like you were just talking about, teams are literally wrapping up their young players and making them a part of their franchise for life.
It's so good.
This is great.
So good for the game of baseball. Well, let's start with who it's best for.
Okay.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
The man is getting paid.
He's only 23 years old. This is an 11-year deal extension. So he's still going to be in his prime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's so good for the game of baseball. We'll get to that in a second. But it's good for him. It's good for the Royals. Like you said, he's 23 years old. So the deal is very big. Very big deal. $288.7 million. But there are opt-outs. The opt-outs can get confusing at the end. I'll help explain them to you.
Okay.
There's a player option after years 7, 8, 9, and 10. Player option. Bobby Witt Jr. has an option there.
Okay.
There is a team option after year 11 for 3 years, $89 million. Oh. So if all options are exercised, it would total 14 years, $377.7 million, which would be the third largest contract in MLB history behind Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for the Royals' future? Because we've seen them make so many necessary and big moves this offseason. We've talked about them quite a bit this offseason. But now having this, like really having your franchise guy locked in for over a decade, what does this mean for their future?
I think this offseason means a lot to Royals fans.
Yeah.
And I think the question, there could have been the question of, well, how committed to winning are they? And in a year where I think everybody could look at the roster and say, okay, well, the Royals aren't going to win the World Series this coming year. They went out and put together a competitive team, a team that is capable of competing in the AL Central and winning that division. And if you look outside of just this year, if you look at the Orioles or the Royals roster, you could look at it and say, there is one guy on that roster that we know is a superstar and we want him here for a long, long time to come. And they made that happen. So as a fan, even though your team stinks right now, you have a vision and you see the guy that's probably everybody's favorite player, at least their top 3 favorite player on their team is Bobby Witt Jr. And he's 23 years old, and you go out and absolutely pay him, potentially $377 million. So if you're a Royals fan, you see the commitment to winning in just the short term. You see the commitment to winning in the long term. You see the commitment to the fan experience with the stadium and everything that they've announced. They should be very happy and pleased with the direction that this ownership and front office has gone. I'm very pleased with this deal for Bobby Witt Jr. I love when a team recognizes greatness and goes out and pays their guy to be on their team in their city for a long, long time to come. And that's what they did here with this deal for Bobby Witt Jr. Guys, if you don't watch a ton of Royals baseball, and if you don't know a ton about Bobby Witt Jr., this guy has an MVP in his future.
Yeah.
I mean, he does it all. Hits for power, hits for average, is faster than lightning. That's a saying that I don't quite get. What does that even mean? Nobody's faster than lightning. He's faster than lightning. Plays great defense. The guy does it all. And I'm really glad they paid him. I think he wins an MVP in his future. And I'm glad for the Royals in the city of Kansas City that he's staying put for over a decade. Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.